Hey guys, it's Mrs. Dorsey. I'm sorry I can't be with you today. I'm out on official teacher business, so I thought I would leave a screencast to help you with today's lesson. So the first thing I want you to do is grab your iPads and I want you to open up to the haiku page, Earth Science, the one that looks like what you see here in front of you on the screen, and get to week 5, reading weather maps and weather data. While you're doing that, go ahead and hit pause and I'll see you back here when you hit play again. And we're back. So everybody's got their haiku page. So let's scroll down. This first block we see the Weather Watch unit presentation. That's what we worked on last week. And so if you remember, we were talking about severe weather versus weather. And everybody, or a lot of people, actually not everybody, wrote in and we shared things on this discussion board about examples of severe weather that we had experienced. And so Matthew talked about being in South Africa with a severe thunderstorm, and Kat talked about being stuck at an airport in Dallas-Fort Worth and being stuck in the tornado shelter. And Alejandro had a lot of hail when he was in Mexico. And Sophia survived a severe typhoon at her grandparents' house. So we were talking about the difference between weather and severe weather. And so we're going to continue that discussion today. So if you look down for day 1, which is what today is, learning set 1, what is weather and how is it measured and described? So we're going to be doing a couple of things. We're going to be downloading a project board into Notability, and we're going to be talking about what we think we know and what we think we would like to investigate. The first thing I want you to do, though, is I want you to have somebody volunteer to be our writer for the board. And once that person volunteers, go ahead and head up to the whiteboard. And I just want you to write weather and then severe weather. And I want you to take a couple of minutes and explain to our guest teacher about what the difference is between weather and severe weather. So go ahead and hit pause on this recording, and once you're done with that, come back and hit play. Okay, we're back. I'm thinking that you probably shared with the guest teacher that the biggest difference between weather and severe weather is that when you have severe weather, you have a lot of damage, and either damage to property or damage to an area nearby, or you could even have loss of human life or people being hurt. So we're going to continue on, and what I would like for you to do is if you scroll down under day 1, learning set 1, if you scroll down, you see this part that says day 1 documents, and I want you to click on where it says think about the big challenge. And when you click on think about the big challenge, it will download that document. And when you open it up, you'll see that it's just a series of questions. And these are some questions that we could talk about with respect to the video that we watched. The ones I'm most interested in you spending time working on today are questions 4, 5, and 6. So I would like for you to take a few minutes, read through questions 4, 5, and 6, and then just spend a few minutes talking with the guest teacher about your answers and your ideas for questions 4, 5, and 6. So go ahead and hit pause, and once you have completed that, you can come back to this recording. Thank you. Okay, so at this point, I think that you've probably talked a little bit about the types of severe weather that don't occur here in San Diego, maybe things like tornadoes and hurricanes. We really don't have severe lightning storms. You might talk about weather that affects, factors that affect weather in different places. It doesn't get as cold here as it does in other parts of the country or other parts of the world, and that's why they may have more severe snowstorms and things like that. And then on number 6, you might have talked about seasons, winter, summer, spring, and fall, and you might have made a chart talking about different sorts of severe weather that happened during that time. And again, we're just collecting information about what we know or what we think we know, because we really haven't even started this unit yet. This is really the very, very beginning. So let's go ahead and close that back out and take a look back at our haiku page. And going forward, we see this part down here that says, my copy of the class project board. So I'd like for you all to open that document up and download that into your Notability. And once you do that, come back to me. So hit pause and download my copy of the class project board into Notability, and I'll see you back here. Excuse me, I have a cough. Okay, so we're back, and you should have something that looks like this in Notability. I'm actually in a Google Doc right now, which I'm going to share with all of you. I haven't yet, and I'll do that later off the screencast, but I will share this with you. I'm going to be keeping a class weather project board, but I would like for each one of you to keep your own project board in Notability. It seems that the easiest way for you to add things to your Notability document is if you create a text box for each one of these columns. And so on your Notability screen up at the top, I'm on Google Docs, but up at the top you see the T, and if you press on the T and then you hold your finger down over to the side, you can actually insert a text box. And so go ahead and insert text boxes into each one of these columns. So press pause, I'll wait for you while you do that. Okay, so we're back. So what I would like for you to do now is you can just talk through this with the guest teacher, and I'm not there to be writing for you on the class board, so you'll have to share that with me when we come back. Excuse me. But what I would like for you to do is spend a little bit of time, like what is it that you think you know? So our, oh, my cough. Our big final project for this unit is developing a plan for responding to a severe weather event. Now, at this point in time, I have absolutely no idea what that plan is going to look like. The plan might be a paper. The plan might be a PSA, a public service announcement. The plan might be a skit that you prepare. We have no idea, and it doesn't really matter what that plan is. But we just know that we're going to be developing some sort of a plan for responding to a severe weather event. And at this point, I'm not even sure that we are all 100% clear as to what exactly severe weather is, how we measure it, what it looks like. So we need to learn a lot before we can develop a plan. We kind of have to know what's going on with severe weather. So that's where this board comes in. So examples of things that you might write here is like, what do we think we know? You might write something like, severe weather is different. My screen is not responding as quickly as I like. Severe weather is different. It's not going to respond for me. Is different from weather in that more damage occurs with severe weather. That's an example of something you might write. Not a very exciting example, but that's an example of something you might write. Maybe you write something like tornadoes do not happen in San Diego. Okay, maybe we know that. In this column here where it says, what do we need to investigate? Well, we need to know like how do you measure severe weather? Like how is severe weather measured? Or maybe you want to know like how do scientists predict when severe weather will occur? I don't know. So what I'd like for you to do is press pause, talk through this with the guest teacher, and I'm confident that you as a class can come up with, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 things that you think you know about weather, and then what it is you think you need to know, what you need to investigate in order to develop a plan for responding to a severe weather event. So like, what is it that you think you really want to know? Now over here, these columns, what are we learning and what is our evidence, that's going to come later. So right now, all we can really focus on is what do you think we need to know and what do we need to investigate. So go ahead and hit pause. Okay, and we are back. So at this point, I'm thinking you guys probably have this filled out, so you can close this up. So go ahead and close that screen up, and you're going to be back to your haiku page. Okay, back to your haiku page. Now, in the homework that you wrote down at the beginning of the day, I'm sure you were a little bit confused because you were like, I don't understand what these groups are. I don't understand what I'm doing with these Google Slides. Well, all will be revealed here. So go ahead and scroll on down to where it says homework. I'm sorry, it's back over here on the right-hand side. Go back over to where it says homework. And then what it asks you to do, it says download 1.1 into Notability. And it tells us right where we can find 1.1. It's on the right side of the weekly haiku page. So let's go to the weekly haiku page. We're back here again. We go over to the right-hand side and we see 1.1, Weather Watch PDF. Well, when we click on this, it's going to open up. And then you're going to open that document up. And it looks something like this. Here it is. And so what I'd like for you to do is go ahead and open that document up into Notability. Press pause. Okay, so you've got this into Notability. Your homework for tonight is to read pages 10 and 11. And if you're like, well, how do I find out what page I'm on? Well, if you look down sort of at the bottom of the pages here, you'll see this says page 10. And right here, this says page 11. So your homework tonight is really not very much at all. You're just reading a couple of pages there. But what it also asks you is it asks you to insert a blank page after page 11. So you're in Notability. Again, I'm on a computer screenshot here. So in Notability, over on the right-hand side in the top, there's that little icon with the pages. And if you click on that, you're able to insert a page underneath page 11. So go ahead and take a few minutes or a minute or whatever you need to do to get everybody with that blank page inserted after page 11. So hit pause and I'll wait for you. Okay, we're back. So now you've all got a blank page after page 11. And in the homework, it asks that you, excuse me, it asks that you list your group members' names and also the location of your assignment. So how you're going to get your group members' names, what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to number off. There are 6 different areas. So I would like for you guys to number off so the substitute can help you do that. So number off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, starting someplace in the classroom. And when you're done, we'll be able to have you in groups of approximately 3 students. So go ahead and hit pause and count off by 6s. Okay, and we're back. So now you should know who you're with. So turn your attention to the back board. And on the back board, there is this picture. Do you see this picture on the back board? And then written around it on the whiteboard, you see Minneapolis, Minnesota, Rapid City, South Dakota. And near each of those names, you see groups of students' names, groups of 3. Well, those are your classmates in other classes that have already been assigned to the areas. So you'll notice that they are lettered A, B, C, D, E, and F. There's 6 different groups. So group 1, I'm going to have you be A. Group 2, you will be B. Group 3, you will be C. Group 4, you will be D. Group 5, you will be letter E. And group 6, you will be letter F. So I would like for you or the guest teacher or someone to take a moment and write the group members' names next to the area that they are going to be responsible for. So hit pause and go ahead and take care of that. Thank you. Okay, and we're back. So now your names are up, and so you've got your group. So let's go back to where you've inserted that blank page after page 11. And again, I'm on a PDF, so I can't insert a page. I don't have a Notability here. So you'll notice on the bottom of page 11, it says location A, and these locations match that map picture that you were looking at on the back board. So on that blank page, you should have your name, your group members' names, and what location you're going to be responsible for. Homework tonight, you're to read pages 10 and 11, and then you're going to be writing out just in a sentence or two what you and your group members are going to be doing tomorrow in class. All right, that should take us to the end of our class. I hope this helped you guys. I miss you, and I will see you in class tomorrow. Bye-bye.